Today, I ranked every lure company in the tier list based off of a rubric. This rubric composed of quality, in general, how good is the quality of the lures, price, are the lures overpriced or are they budget friendly, versatility, does the company make baits that suit every situation, is there a variety and many colors, and effectiveness. How effective are the baits that come from this company? Now let's get started. First up, we have Rapala. Now, Rapala is a company that is especially famous for their jerkbaits. In general, their jerkbaits are pretty nice quality. I've had some tiny hook issues with some of them, but most are fine. 9 out of 10. Their jerkbaits are honestly really cheap for jerkbaits. Some of them are a bit pricey, but it's honestly no big deal. Also a 9 out of 10. Rapala doesn't quite make any soft plastic baits. They have another brand that came out recently called Crush City that focuses on soft plastics, but I'm considering that as another company, so that's an 8 out of 10. Their baits are awesome and really effective, and that's an easy 10 for effectiveness. Overall, Rapala is coming in at the A tier with a 36. Next, we have the Bass Pro Shops brand, which is also BPS. Overall, the quality is alright. It's not the best, but I don't think there's a issue compared to the price. They're honestly really cheap. It's a 10 out of 10 for price. They're pretty effective. I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Overall, Bass Pro comes in at a 36, placing right behind Robala. Savage Gear? Now, Savage Gear baits are really nice. They look awesome and they look super realistic and they honestly make some awesome bed baits. They're super nice quality, deserving a 10 for quality. The price for some baits are a bit off because, they're selling big swim baits and they sell pretty famous saltwater gear like the famous sand eel, getting an 8 for price. They catch a lot of fish, deserving a 10. Savage Gear is another 36 going into the A tier once again. Ooh, we got 6 Cents. Now, 6 Cents is a pretty common company you see almost everywhere. They are pretty nice quality, deserving a 10. The only downside to 6 Cents is that some of their baits are a bit overpriced. The Hangover, which is one of their big swim baits, um, are just really expensive. The 8-inch draws, which is their glide baits, just I don't know if it deserves 80 something dollars. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but $80, that's a bit crazy. There are also many other baits that I feel like are a bit overpriced, so I'll give the 8 for price. They are effective though, and they do make everything. Overall, 6 Cents is a 38 our first S tier. Ozark Trail is a Walmart outdoor brand if you didn't know. They make a wide variety of baits and they're usually very budget friendly. I know some people will disagree with me. I find the quality really nice. I used their frogs before, I used their buzz baits, their spinner baits, and they all seem to hold up extremely well for the really cheap price. Give it a 9 out of 10 for quality. I don't really have to say anything for the price. Everything is just ridiculously cheap. They make a pretty wide range of baits, and they usually come with at least like 3 colors. They're pretty effective in catching fish, and I have landed some monsters on a Walmart frog. Overall, Ozark Trail is a 37, placing at the top of the A tier. Ooh, we have one of my favorites. Striking is an extremely big bass fishing company that is especially known for their cooperation with professional fisherman Kevin Van Dam, producing the famous KVD series. The quality for striking is awesome. I've never had any issues with any of their baits. In general, I don't think they're that expensive. 6 to 10 bucks for crankbaits. You could get the rattle traps for the red eye shads for like $6, and there isn't really baits that go over $12. There might be like a few, but I don't think there's a lot. To make an extremely wide variety, and they're certainly very effective. Striking will get a 40, being our first 40 going into the S tier. Next up, Big Bite Baits. Big Bite Baits is a great company and they're really budget friendly. The Quality and price is honestly really nice, but they don't really make anything else other than soft plastics. But they do make a lot of colors, so that's an 8 for versatility. Even though they don't have a lot of variety, but the soft plastics they make certainly catch fish. Overall, Big Bite Baits gets a 36, joining his brothers at the A tier. Ooh, next we have Berkeley. Berkeley is a company famous for their power baits. You probably recognize them from the store because they're really popular. You know, they're pretty nice quality. If you use their chopos and their wake baits, they stand up. And the price is really reasonable. They sell swim baits, which is the call shad, and soft plastic glide baits for a really reasonable price. And I think they're really nice. In general, they're just pretty cheap. You know, River to Sea has a $15 whopper popper while they sell everything for 10. They make almost every type of bait out there, and I mean it. Like, tell me a bait they don't make. Like, they make spy baits, top waters, like, they make everything. And they also have a lot of cool colors. You would think, in general, when a company makes a lot of baits, they won't catch a lot of fish because they don't focus on one thing. Oh, not for Berkeley. They most definitely catch fish. Berkeley is getting my second 40 going right next to striking. Next up, we have Kitech. Kitech is a company especially famous for their soft plastic swim baits. The quality of the swim baits are really nice and the price is reasonable. The one downside is that they barely make any other baits. They sell soft plastics, spinner baits, and jigs, and that's all they sell. You could check their websites, that's all. They do have a lot of colors though. I have to give it a 7 for versatility. They're pretty effective, so overall Kitech is a 36. Next we have Gary Yamamoto Baits. Now Yamamoto is a company famous for Senkos. A little backstory here. Gary Yamamoto is a professional fisherman that fished in Major League Fishing. The quality of their baits are pretty nice, but the price is a bit off. $10 for a pack of Senkos when you could get a pack of dingers for two. And they also don't make a lot of variety of baits. They do have many colors. I'll give it an 8. Senkos are really effective though, and I love them. They catch loads of fish. In conclusion, Yamamoto is a 36, joining the 8 here. Z-Man is a company known for their Ned rigs and making the legendary bait, the chatterbait. Z-Man baits are really nice quality. You know, they got that last tag for the Ned rigs and all that. In general, they're pretty cheap. You could get the original chatterbait for $4, which is crazy. They also catch tons of fish. The only thing is that they don't make a lot of other baits. Fun fact, the only hard bait Z-Man has ever made is the Hellraiser. I'd have to give that an 8 out of 10 for versatility. Overall, Z-Man it's a 38, another S tier. Going on to the next one. Next we have Zoom. Zoom is a lure company that focuses on soft plastics. They're known for their flukes and old monster worms. Zoom makes pretty nice baits with good quality, price, and they catch fish. Like many other soft plastic companies, they don't have a lot of variety. So overall, a Zoom is a 38, going into the S tier again. Next we have Culprit. Just like Zoom, Culprit is a company that focuses on soft plastics. They're known for their big curly tail worms. Same as Zoom, they don't have a wide variety of baits. And sometimes I don't find culprit worms super like effective. I don't know why. I just don't find them super good for some reason. So culprit will get a 37 overall, going into the A tier. Next we have Yum, another soft plastic company that is known for their stick bait, Yum Dingers, and their ultraviolet speed cross. I'm not gonna go super in detail on this one because it's basically the same as Zoom. Yum gets a 38 into the S tier, joining Zoom. Live Target is a company known for the super realistic baits. They're super nice quality and they're really good looking. But because of the good paint job, they're extremely expensive. I have to give them a 7 for price, man. They do make a wide variety of baits though, and they certainly are effective. Live Target gets a 37, going into the A tier. Mock Baits is a relatively new company more known for their rods and reel series and a cooperation with Lose. I love their rods, by the way. I love the mock one. The quality for mock baits is a bit off, and I kind of find them expensive for the quality. They do make a big variety though, and they do catch fish. Overall, mock gets a 37 as well. Next, we have H2O Express, which is the Academy brand. I've had some issues with their baits, and especially the spinner baits. They just don't seem to be as good as Bass Pro and Walmart baits. I have to give it like a 7 for quality. They're pretty cheap though, and they make a pretty wide variety. Overall, H2OX is a solid 36. Next, we got Megabass. Megabass is a high-end fishing brand that makes high-quality stuff. I love their jerk baits. The 110s are really nice. They're super high quality and catch loads of fish. The only thing is, Megabass baits are really expensive. Like, really.
Oh, hell no!
I have to give it like a 6 for price. I hate to say this, but Megabass is getting a 35, and it's going to be our lowest score just because of that price. Next, we have Guggen Squad. Um, Guggen is a YouTuber made company. Guggen baits have decent quality. I've had some issues with their jerk baits and the click baits, but that's all. It's a 9 for quality. They're pretty reasonable with the price, and they do make a great variety. Some Guggen baits just aren't effective, like the clickbait. Overall, Guggen gets a 38, successfully landing in the S tier. Now, last but not least, we have Lunker Hunt. Lunker Hunt is a really nice company with pretty nice quality. They make tons of different baits and they catch loads of fish. The one downside is that they sell their baits pretty expensive. Now, they are pretty high quality in general, but they're just expensive compared to other companies. Lunker Hunt going into the S tier with the 38. Here we are officially done ranking most companies. It took ages to make, so make sure you give a like to help me out. I'd appreciate it. Here I also gotta say that all of these companies are good. Every company has their good and bads, and you should believe in the company you believe in.